Digital IDs are way worse and way more dangerous than you could imagine. I am a software developer, okay, and I'm going to give you some software reasons why this is so much more dangerous than the things you already know, okay? Please, please, please watch this the whole way through. Share, like, comment, share it with everyone. Everyone needs to know this because they need to know what they are opposing, okay? The first thing I want to say is to everyone saying it's only used for right to work, go on the World Economic Forum's website where they've got the digital ID up and it's like a picture with like 10 things around it about what they're going to use it for, okay? So first off, that reason's out. Here's the technical reasons of why it's so dangerous. Now, we already know about social credit score, we already know about carbon footprint, all these things that it could be, okay? But here's two technical things that are going on with the digital ID that you need to know, okay? Apple's safety and privacy on their phones has been one of their main selling points, and they've never laid down to any government when they've asked for access. Even when the police would arrest someone with an iPhone, they would struggle to break in because of Apple's advanced security features. That's the official name, okay? End-to-end encryption. Are you following, okay? The UK have now somehow made it that in the last couple of weeks that Apple have now to disable that on all UK phones. So if you have a phone in the UK and it's an iPhone, you will notice in your privacy settings that you will not have the ability to turn that feature on anymore. You won't even have the feature, okay? Because the government have now made them turn it off, right? The reason so that they can have access to what they deem as a national threat, okay? Whatever that means. The second thing, right? There's a thing right now called chat control, which a lot of people are fighting against right now, okay? Chat control is basically where there's like an AI or an LLM based on your device, a piece of software, right, that tracks every stroke of your keyboard, right? Every time you press something, whether it's in Snapchat, whether it's in messages, whether it's in notes, whether it's in WhatsApp, whether it's in like your private journal app, right? It collects this data and then it will categorize you. And who does that does what with the categorization? It gets sent off to, you guessed it, whoever it is, the servers, the government, the World Economic Forum, the evil people at the top of that, right? They will then categorize you in something by surveilling you like this. People do not understand this chat control thing, and with Apple's thing happening there, all in the UK, right, how serious and how dangerous this surveillance thing is. It's way beyond carbon footprint, it's way beyond social credit score. This is so deep, and they need the first domino to fall, which is to get this digital ID out there and for people to be on it. So I'm asking you, please share this video. People need to know so they know what they need to reject, okay? Please, please, please share this.
Way for us to get to a better, the only way for us to get to a better place is for the evil people at the top to be replaced with AI.
Well, there you go. They are now openly telling you their agenda. I mean, they're not even trying to hide it. As you just heard from the former chief business officer at Google X, Mo Gaudat. Now, he claims that the only solution to a better world is to replace the evil people at the top with AI. What could go wrong? So now, with that agenda being openly stated, it is my own hypothesis, it is my own opinion and speculation that is exactly why we see this going on right now, because the objective of this operation with the whole list and everything going on is to highlight the corruption of the elite, of the evil individuals at the top, to then ultimately bring in the solution of AI governance, the problem reaction solution. What's the problem? Well, you have evil, corrupt individuals at the top ruling the world. What's the reaction? Well, you expose these evil, corrupt rulers to the populace, allowing everybody to cry for change. And then from there, you bring in the solution, AI governance. The writing is very clearly on the wall. Because again, the problem is being exposed blatantly and very purposefully. As we can see right here with Jeffrey's connections, these are the billionaires and top officials he's been tied to. So now while the problem is being brought to the forefront for everybody to see by design, the solution is coming right behind, waiting for the outcry, waiting for individuals to want the solution. And the solution is already being implemented slowly but surely, as we can see right here, with AI governance being slowly implemented with things like this, AI.gov, or with things like the Genesis mission, where it is a national mission to accelerate science through artificial intelligence. Or as I'm sure you know by now, the whole Stargate project, which was backed by Mr. Golden Dawn. And not to mention how just recently we saw XAI striking a deal with the Pentagon, Department of War, to deploy Grok models for military and civilian use. Again, as we can see right here from Christmas Eve, U.S. military adds Mr. Chip to the frontal lobe's controversial Grok bot to its AI arsenal. Oh, how lovely. Now here's the thing, this is not just a U.S. situation or problem, this is a global agenda. Everybody is walking in lockstep just like in 2020 with the boogeyman. But as I'm going to show you right here, it is country after country after country wanting to implement AI governance and then ultimately AI global governance. But we can start right here with Abu Dhabi, set to become the world's first fully AI powered government by 2027, while we also have Saudi Arabia emerging as regional leader in government AI. As we can see with the Middle East big bet on artificial intelligence and data security, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and the state of Qatar are making substantial outlays in technology and infrastructure as they seek to diversify their economies away from oil. Now, of course, it's not just the Middle East. We also have China's blueprint for global AI governance. There you go, a path towards multilateralism and universal good. Oh yeah, universal good. Yeah, okay.
He was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say we need to go green as fast as we need to start investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted that I find quite interesting.
A Canadian politician said, I look for China. I'm admire of the basic dictatorship in China. That is not only shocking, that is a shame.
The point I made was that despite all of our freedoms and our extraordinary system of government and democracy, we are up against countries that play by different rules that we would never accept, but that find themselves able to address big issues quickly and completely.
In truth, of course, politicians of all stripes often express admiration for the way China's dictatorship gets things done. Stephen Harper, for example.
China has been witness to the greatest surge in general prosperity in the history of mankind. More than 400 million people have been lifted out of poverty.
In China, tens of thousands of young people are suddenly homeless, not because of money, but because the system erased them.
Imagine a society where everything you do, everything you say, and everything you buy is controlled and evaluated by the authorities. This is what the Chinese Communist Party calls social credit.
By using the mechanism of social credit, we'll be able to establish a blacklist of people and create a system of punishment that will be based on a scientific theory. These punishments will serve as a whip to rebuild moral values. Our society needs it.
The country's social credit system decides who's trustworthy. But if you're blacklisted, it's game over. Your WeChat Pay stops working, you can't receive your salary, can't buy food, can't even book a train ticket. It's like being alive, but digitally. Many are now sleeping in the streets, cut off from everything. Jobs, housing, even communication. All because one app, one algorithm decided they don't belong.
It's not science fiction. In China, it's a reality. Then there's the public shaming. Photo galleries of blacklisted citizens. There's even an app that shows who around you is in debt.
They're not criminals. They didn't steal, cheat, or harm anyone. They just fell too low on a score and vanished from the digital world. Critics say it's a glimpse into the future, where technology doesn't just track your life, it controls it.
And of course, as we can see, AI governance in Japan, global leadership through responsible innovation. As we can see, AI governance is growing in Asia Pacific, key developments and takeaways for multinational companies. And now it's not just Asia or the Middle East. We also have Ukraine and Estonia are embracing government by AI. While of course we can't forget about Russia, how Russia contributes to building the global AI architecture. Are you noticing a pattern here? Well, I might as well add Europe into the mix right here with the European Commission shaping the next frontier of AI governance in finance. Global AI governance on agenda as Lisbon Forum. Representatives from countries on 3 continents and international organizations join Council of Europe. Latin America and the Caribbean caught in the middle on AI governance. Africa at the table, the urgent call for scalable African-centric AI governance. Are you picking up what they are laying down? They are not even trying to hide their agenda. They are making it very open and blatant. AI governance, global AI governance, lockstep, just like in 2020, where every country went lockstep with what happened during that time, as you guys all know. So, with that all being said, it is my own hypothesis, my own speculation, that the writing is very clearly on the wall. The problem, reaction, solution. The problem is everybody's in debt. All the countries are hurting economically. We have corruption at all-time highs, and that will be exposed. And the only solution will be AI to come in and save the day.
Listen to what they can now do if you have all these smart devices in your house, or at least in this case, a smart thermostat. And you can imagine the ramifications of where this might lead.
Tony Tallarico tried to crank up the AC.
I mean, it was 90 out, and it was right during the peak period.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
And our thermostat was locked in at 78 or 79.
Turns out he's not alone. Excel confirms to contact number 7, 22,000 customers were locked out of their smart thermostats for hours on Tuesday. He says he had no idea locked thermostats came with that. And it's not what he signed up for.
It just doesn't sit right with us to not be able to control our own thermostat in our house.
No kidding. This is why I find it extremely suspect. You go to Home Depot, you go to Walmart, and there's all types of smart things you can implement in your house, all types of smart devices you can hook up. You have an app on your phone. It's all connected, Internet of Things. This is going down a shocking rabbit hole, or rather a path that may be hard to reverse if we don't stop it now. Now, if you think about the Internet of Things, I mean, it's a surveillance state's dream to have every single electronic device, or as many as possible, connected to the same grid. This is the smart grid that people are warning about that could result in total surveillance, an erosion of freedom, every device listening to you. You got fridges now that are reading barcodes, can tell what time you open your fridge and what food you pull out of it. You got smart dishwashers. There's a smart toilet. I'm not joking. Look that up. Smart lights. You got a whole app on your phone. You can turn up and down the lights. Woo! Meanwhile, they're all wirelessly connected, which has an effect on potential electromagnetics.
Do you think we are inevitably heading towards surveillance capitalism, that the digital IDs being pushed through by Starmer will lead to algorithmic control and eventually credit scores?
The specifics I don't know about, but yes. I look, we were just in San Francisco, and it's very hard to communicate. If you've been, you know, but if you haven't, I can't explain what it's like to walk in a city where a third of the cars don't have human drivers. It's a thing. It feels different. And you talk to people in AI, I mean, none of us know how AI is going to change the world, but one of the things it will do is make surveillance authoritarianism cheaper, better, easier, faster, more important for living your life on a day-to-day basis, etc.
I would say the biggest question from central banks is, what is the role of tokenization and digitization? How quickly should they think about digitizing their own currency? What does that mean for the role of the dollar? If every currency digitizes and we have, what does that mean for bank payments? What does that mean for the payment companies like MasterCard and Visa? All these are being questioned right now. I think we spend so much time talking about AI. We're not spending enough time talking about how quickly we're going to tokenize every financial asset, and the opportunity we're going to have a digital wallet and moving ETFs and other things through a digital wallet. And I think that's going to happen worldwide very rapidly. And I think most countries are ill-prepared for that and underappreciate how technology is changing that, not unlike how technology is changing AI and other things. It will be changing the technology around the plumbing of finance.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China. Because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about, of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted.